Our minds are like gardens. Sometimes, without us even realizing it, weeds start to grow. The weeds of doubt, of anxiety, of endless comparison. I've been there. I know what it's like to feel lost in that overgrown garden, wondering if you'll ever find your way back to the light. But what if I told you that the most powerful tools are not the giant bulldozers, but the small, consistent actions we take every single day? The gentle, daily tending of our inner world. The journey to mental wellness isn't a sprint, it's a practice. Think about it. A single drop of water doesn't seem like much, but over time, enough drops can carve a path through solid rock. The first habit is perhaps the simplest, yet it can be the most challenging in our hyper-connected world. The 5-minute stillness. Your mind is a wild horse. You cannot stop it by force. You must give it a field to roam in, and gently, it will learn to come to you. The practice is simple. Find a comfortable place to sit. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and just notice your breath. Taking just 5 minutes to focus on your breath signals to your body that you are safe. Your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, and your brain gets a much-needed break from the relentless cycle of worry. Our brains have what scientists call a negativity bias. We can have 100 good things happen in a day, but we will fixate on the one negative comment, or the one thing that didn't go as planned. The second habit, the gratitude jar, is a powerful and tangible way to actively counteract this bias. Every night before bed, she had to write down one thing she was grateful for on a small slip of paper and put it in an empty jar on her bedside table. Week after week, the jar started to fill up with these little slips of paper. Reading through hundreds of these small moments of goodness, she was overwhelmed with a profound sense of abundance. When you consistently scan your day for things to be grateful for, you are literally rewiring your brain. You are creating and strengthening the neural pathways that are associated with positive emotions like joy, contentment, and appreciation. When we think of exercise for mental health, we often picture grueling workouts at the gym. That's why the third habit is about reframing this idea. It's about mindful movement. He thought for a moment and said he used to love just walking in the woods behind his house, listening to the birds and the crunch of leaves under his feet. He wasn't timing himself or tracking his steps. He was simply paying attention to the feeling of his feet on the ground, the cool air on his skin, and the sounds of nature around him. It can be putting on your favorite song and dancing around your living room. It can be gardening, feeling the soil in your hands. It can be stretching for 10 minutes when you wake up, really feeling each muscle lengthen. Movement in any form releases endorphins, which are the body's natural mood elevators. By focusing on the physical sensations, you are practicing being in the present moment. This helps to break the cycle of rumination, the repetitive loop of negative thoughts that is so common in anxiety and depression. Loneliness is one of the most painful human experiences, and in our digitally connected, yet often socially isolated world, it is just rampant. We can have hundreds of so-called friends online, but still feel deeply, profoundly alone. The fourth habit is a direct antidote to this modern ailment, the connection call. I have a personal rule. Every day, I try to make one phone call or video call just to check in with a friend or family member. The only agenda is to ask, "How are you really?" and to truly listen to the answer. Or, if you speak to your partner or a family member every day, try carving out 10 minutes where you put your phones away, make eye contact, and just talk about your day. When we engage in a warm, empathetic conversation, our brains release oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone or cuddle hormone. It literally calms our nervous system and makes us feel safe and understood. Our minds are often our own harshest critics. We can accomplish 19 things on our to-do list, but at the end of the day, our focus lands on the one thing we didn't get to. The fifth habit, the Win of the Day Journal, is a simple but profound practice designed to challenge this inner critic and build a more balanced and compassionate view of ourselves. At the end of each day, take out a notebook and write down one win. A win could be, "I drank enough water today," or "I was patient with my kids when I was feeling tired." A friend of mine who struggles with depression found this practice life-changing. On his hardest days, his win was simply, "I got out of bed." This creates a positive feedback loop. The more you believe you can do things, the more likely you are to take on challenges. Seeing them all listed out might feel like a lot. You might be thinking, how can I possibly add 5 new things to my already packed schedule? The key is to start small and not to aim for perfection. A great way to start is by using a technique called habit stacking. For example, you already brush your teeth every morning. Could you practice your 5-minute stillness immediately after you put your toothbrush down? You already have a cup of coffee or tea. Could that be your cue to write in your Win of the Day journal from the previous day? Remember to treat this process with a huge dose of self-compassion. When you miss a day, don't fall into the trap of all or nothing thinking. Just gently begin again the next day. They give you the tools to cultivate an inner refuge of peace, resilience, and self-compassion that you can return to, no matter what is happening in the world outside. Your mind does not have to be a place of turmoil. It can be your greatest ally, your wisest advisor, and your safest harbor. It's in the 5 minutes of quiet breath before the day begins. It's in the slip of paper celebrating a warm cup of tea. It's in the joyful dance in your living room. It's in the sound of a loved one's voice. It's in the quiet acknowledgement, I did a good thing today. Each one is a brushstroke on the masterpiece that is your well-being. You are the gardener of your mind. You can choose to pull the weeds of negativity and plant the seeds of peace. The sunlight is there, waiting to be let in. So I invite you to begin. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. The path is open. Begin.